Hey guys, Joe here, and here to talk to you about the top 5 characters that I would want as Smash DLC. Now, as we all know, there is the Smash Ballot, there was that secret update in September, which really didn't do much, and there's also a lot of future events that they could announce a lot of these characters, or just add new characters to the game. So here are my top 5 picks I would really love to see as DLC. Now, some of these guys are way out of the blue, and some of them, are just kind of the pick that everyone picks, so it will be a little mix of both. Now, I would say if it is a way out of the blue pick, I might, at least for you may not want just the person I picked, but just somebody from the series. There are a lot of people from the series, so pretty much I just want more representation from those series, and just I personally like these certain characters, but of course I will take anybody from that series. I just like the series in general and just want a bit more characters. Just these are my favorite, so that's why I didn't pick that exact character. But with all that said, let's get this started. So my first pick on this list is of course one of my favorite Pokemon, that being Barbaracle. Now I know Barbaracle probably will definitely not make it into the game, but this is just what I'd like. But what I mean by this pick is pretty much I'd like at least some more Pokemon into the game. Now as it is right now, there really aren't way too many Pokemon. We'd love a grass type, a rock type, a fairy type, any type of Pokemon. I know that there are quite a bit of Pokemon, but in comparison to how much Pokemon there are pretty much ever, it's really kind of weird. I do hope that we do get a grass starter at some point, like a Sceptile or something like that. I really do feel like we need something like that in order to just kind of balance out the game as far as the different Pokemon. It is okay as it is right now, but I feel like a few extra Pokemon could just make the game feel a lot more complete and feel like it's just meant to be. So we all know that the Shovel Knight hype train is really going along very fast. A lot of people are really wanting Shovel Knight in the new game, and I can see why. He is a very fun game. He's one of the only indie people that's actually doing extremely well, and he pretty much looks like Nintendo. He looks like DuckTales. He just looks like all those different types of games, and I feel like he could fit pretty well. Of course, he has the shovel, which could be used as an easy weapon, and most of his stuff just overall would work fine. But there are a few reasons why I don't think that he will make it to the game. I would love him, but here are some of the reasons why I don't really think he'll make it to the game. Now, the first reason why I don't think he'll make it is just that, first off, he's really not old enough. He's just brand new, and really he's just riding the hype train, and he just doesn't have all that history with Nintendo. Next, he's not really Nintendo exclusive, and he's not really like Shantae, where it's mostly on Nintendo, or it's like Nintendo boasted, pretty much. This kind of game is pretty much everything. Every single system has Shovel Knight, like the Xbox and everything, so I really don't feel like he's exactly a Nintendo character. He does look very similar, but him just not really looking like a Nintendo character, and him just not really being an old Nintendo type character, really makes me think he probably won't make it into the cut at the very end, but I still would really like to see this guy. He's very awesome, and I love his game. For the next pick on this list, I have to go with Isaac from Golden Sun. Now, I know a lot of people do really want Isaac into this game. I personally really love the Golden Sun series and think it is one of the better, more favorable series in my opinion. But the reason why I really want him in this game is just because I want him a little bit more of a blast to the past character. We haven't had much of those, or pretty much any of those, from DLC so far, so I feel like one of those could be pretty nice. I guess Mewtwo was sort of like it, but he was in a previous game in Golden Sun. Isaac wasn't. Now also he has been an assist trophy, and he isn't right now, so I feel like really they are just kind of teasing that he's going to be a DLC character, but they really haven't done away too much. Now I feel like he could pretty easily fit into the game, because of course he has an attack, just a regular attack thing, and then he also has Psi Energy, or his abilities, which he could easily use sort of like Robin, or you could use it, yeah, pretty much close to a same type of file, like that, where you can just use them only a certain amount of times, or you could just do so the more you use them, the weaker they get, or just something like that, just a little thing just for him. I feel like he really could make it in the game pretty easily, just because his popularity is very up there, and he wouldn't be a very hard character to get the rights for, so I think we may be seeing Isaac in the near future. For my second to last choice, I really want, and hope for, and think this is going to happen, a character from Star Fox. Now, my personal favorite characters that I would really like are, of course, Wolf and Slippy Toad. I really like Slippy for no apparent reason, I just like him. So I feel like either of those characters could work pretty well. Of course, we had seen Wolf in a previous game. He was a semi-clone to Fox and Falco. Not exactly a clone, but I feel like they could change up quite a bit more things and make him just a completely different character. Or they could just add Slippy being a completely different character with some similar stuff, and then just get another character. With the new Star Fox coming out, I really feel like having publication from this could really help. Adding a new character into Smash Bros. That kind of reminds you of that series really makes you just remember that a new game is coming out, and of course you can market it with the game, so if you buy the game, you can get Slippy for free or Wolf for free, so of course you could just add those both together. I feel like they do have a pretty high chance. They're both very famous characters, and I wouldn't mind having either of them in the game. My top pick that I would really like as a DLC character for Super Smash Bros. Is Dunban or Ryan or somebody else from the Xenoblade games. Now, I do know that the Xenoblade universe is brand new, But I feel like with the new Xenoblade game coming out soon, it could really hype up the game. I'd assume that they'd release this new character pretty much right up to the release of Xenoblade, the new one, so that it can kind of get up the hype a bit. Really, what I'd want for these new characters, either Dunban or Ryan, I'd really want them to be a little bit more offensive, so I was thinking of Dunban. As you can see, Dunban is pretty offensive in his game. He does a lot of damage, and he can go a bit more offensive. We don't really see way too many sword fighters that are actually offensive in this game at all, so I really would just like that. Most of them are defensive, but Dunban could be a fast, quick, offensive, combo-oriented sword fighter that could maybe not have the best recovery in the game or something like that to balance him out a bit. I really just want a more offensive-based character that has a sword because we don't have much of that, and I feel like Dunban is pretty important to the plot, so he could maybe make the cut. Now, I know that there could be other characters in Xenoblade, and maybe Xenoblade isn't the most popular series, but I do feel like they could happen to have a DLC character. I would really like this, and I do feel like it could come to pass at some point, maybe just a few years down the road, or maybe in just a few months. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you did enjoy this list. I know it's a little bit long, but I still hope that you did enjoy it. I know a lot of people have been wondering what my top 5 DLC characters are, and these aren't exact picks, but they are very general picks of what I would like in the game. I know most of them have 2 or 3, but they are from the same franchise, mainly just talking about franchises I wanted. If you did enjoy, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment in particular the top 5 Japanese plays that you have seen, or just a single Japanese play that you have seen that's very good. That's going to be my next top 5, so hopefully I can get some of your help in the description below. Thank you guys for watching though, and I'll see you all next time.